What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Star Wars Exchange. Mike and I are here today to give you all the details that you should know before going into Kenobi. So, Mike, start us off. What are all those details that we need to know going into this blockbuster series?
Yeah, there's a first things first, the series drops on Friday, May 27th with two episodes, not one, two. We're getting a whole movie on that day. And the entire series will have six episodes. They have been telling us that's going to be six parts. We assume parts means episodes, so six episodes, and which means you can expect the series to run from May 27th to June 26th. So for a whole month, we're just going to be dealing in the realm of Obi-Wan. And also, John Williams returned to write the theme for Obi-Wan for the series, but Loki's Natalie Holt will be composing the score for the entire series. So we have all that to look forward to. Ari, you hear this? Series is coming out very soon. We got
Yeah,
Natalie
yeah.
Holt up in the mix. What do you think?
I mean, I'm excited. On the release date, we've talked about it ad nauseum. Very interesting. Halfway through Celebration, couldn't play into the event. Who knows? We'll see. 6 episodes. That sounds about right. That's kind of I think what we all expected. And John Williams coming back. I mean, what more is there to say besides the fact that that's going to be fantastic? Writing the theme, and I'm not familiar with Natalie Holt, but I've only heard good things about her. So very excited to see what she's got cooking. But yeah, some more information on the series. We've known for a while it takes place 10 years after the events of Revenge of the Sith, where Kenobi faced his greatest defeat, the downfall and corruption of his best friend and Jedi apprentice Anakin Skywalker, turned evil Sith Lord Darth Vader. We heard that as sort of the synopsis for the series. And at the beginning of the story, we're going to find Obi-Wan broken, faithless, and beaten, is how he's been described, which is super interesting because we never really got to see Obi-Wan truly shattered by the downfall of his best friend, a bit in the comics, but we're going to see that come to life with Ewan McGregor. So, Mike, what are you thinking of that?
I think this is obviously, I think when you say an Obi-Wan series taking place between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope, this is exactly what you just want. You want to
Yeah,
see Obi-Wan dealing with whatever happened in Revenge of the Sith and how that's affected him. Because as you said, we've only seen this in like comics and bits and stories and stuff, but nothing where we actually get up close to the character and we get a full-on point of view of what he's going through. I mean, we've seen a whole bunch of still images where this man is just in a cave by himself
yeah.
mourning the loss of his best friend. So yeah, this is speaking all the right beats for me. I'm excited to dive into because also in the synopsis it also mentions Vader, and we also know that he's going to play a big role in the series. So we're going to expect
Yeah.
a lot of big Vader stuff in there. So with that being said, we got Obi-Wan Vader. Next tidbit, Ewan McGregor has confirmed that he and Hayden Christensen have scenes together
Wow.
again as Obi-Wan and Anakin. That's insane. We might get some Clone Wars flashbacks. We don't know. The series will also feature a mixture of new and important characters. The showrunner Deborah Chow, she added, I do think there are some surprises. There's been a lot of things up in the air, like will Qui-Gon appear? Liam Neeson just came on the press maybe a week, two ago, and he was saying, I would not like to appear in a TV series. I'm built for movies. But yet this
Yeah.
man is always coming back for Clone Wars whenever they needed him to add his voice. I doubt that
Yeah.
he would say no to returning on screen again with Ewan McGregor, especially to Star
Yeah.
Wars. He's been
Oh,
campaigning his entire life. Get me back as a hologram, not a Force ghost, but a hologram. So
yeah.
I think he might be one of the surprises, but you hear about these flashbacks, you hear about maybe some character surprises. What are your thoughts?
Man, so excited. I think Liam Neeson, I feel like it's inevitable at this point. I think him almost saying that whole, oh, I would never I'll go on the small screen. I'm built for the big screen. Man, a lot of cap detected in that quote, that's for sure. And speaking of the surprises, I think it's interesting to hear Deborah Chow say that because, there's been a lot of criticism, oh, Star Wars has become too much of a cameo fest. I think those criticisms are valid. However, I feel like there are some genuine appearances that could, drive this story in a really strong way. So, for example, we talk about Ewan and Hayden Christensen having scenes together. I think if they're to have scenes together, which obviously they'll be, Hayden in the Darth Vader suit, Ewan in, his normal Jedi attire. But I also just would not be surprised at all to see some Clone Wars flashbacks because I think this is the perfect opportunity for Lucasfilm to put Hayden Christensen and Obi-Wan in those sort of Clone Wars outfits that everyone sort of wants to see them in and do all that. So, and speaking of the surprises as well, I think I wouldn't be surprised to see Ahsoka, within those flashbacks. I think there's a lot of potential there. And while it's not all about the cameos, there's a lot of potential for those to take the story forward. And obviously, we have seen Ahsoka on the small screen with Mandalorian and all that. However, it would really start to not that the fact that it's animated doesn't make it official, but it would make it look to those casual fans like, yeah, Ahsoka existed. All right, she played a huge part in Anakin's, in his downfall, I guess, but just his journey as a whole. So, yeah, very interesting stuff to see there. But more tidbits, we will be seeing a very powerful Vader, a Vader in his prime, in fact. So. And to add to that, Vader and Obi-Wan will be having a rematch. They've been titling it the rematch of the century, which brings a lot of questions to mind. And the dueling will sort of match the energy of the prequel trilogy. Mike, what do you think of all that?
This is great. I've always had, when I've watched A New Hope, I've always like something's not adding up here. It seems like they've met before. I mean, first of all, how does Obi-Wan know that Anakin even became Vader? That sounds like a story to tell.
Yeah,
How does Obi-Wan even
definitely.
know that Vader's even alive? Because I mean, eventually, in Revenge of the Sith, Obi-Wan finds out that Anakin became Palpatine's new apprentice, but he left him by the banks of the lava, like just left to burn alive. So it's like, since when did he know he was still alive out there? So
Yeah,
I want that story, and I'm so glad they're telling it. And this rematch, that's just an added bonus. I mean, Obi-Wan could have easily found out through maybe some spy networking he was doing through telecommunications or something, find out on the holonet. But no, there's going to be an epic rematch. I do think there's some speculation that it's going to be something in the realm of like a world between worlds, but I really think it's going to be like a physical in-person fight, none of that mystical force stuff. It's just going to be them two, and I think there's going to be a lot of weight to it as well. And Hayden Christensen saying that Vader's in his prime here. It's funny because when we met Vader in Rebels, Dave Filoni told us the same thing. Oh, this is Vader in his prime, but this is
yeah,
actually Vader in his prime. And
yeah.
who better to play him than Hayden Christensen? So I'm very
Mhm.
excited about all this, and it's doing all the beats for me, and the dueling with the prequel trilogy. Awesome. Give me more of those Duel of the Fates, and Anakin versus Obi-Wan Revenge of the Sith. That itself is an epic fight. So I want more of that, and it's definitely going to be something to look forward to. Also, looking forward to, this is speaking to me since I'm a Jedi Fallen Order fan.
Hell
Here's
yeah.
the other next tidbit. The series will be featuring Fortress Inquisitorius. We've seen that a lot in the trailers, promo material, and obviously that stems from EA Respawn's Jedi Fallen Order game, which Fortress Inquisitorius. That's a headquarter base for the Inquisitors. It's also an underwater base located on the moon of Nur, which also happens to be it's in that system, or what the planet is in the Mustafar system. And so,
Mm,
Vader's castle is around the corner. We might see Vader's castle in the series. That
that's
would be
it.
great. And also, the base also has a lot of prison cells. So who knows? We've seen in those trailers everyone, just in walking around, running around the base, and Reva with her lightsaber ignited, walking to the hangar. Is Obi-Wan making his way to Fortress Inquisitorius? Is going to be a stowaway? Is he going to end up in a prison? We don't know. Ari, you played Fallen Order. Are you excited to see this base once again? Do you think it's going to have some, special moments? What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, just anytime they bring something from the EU or just, anything that's never been seen in live action, they give it, the live action treatment it deserves is super exciting. So can't wait to see Vader's castle, hopefully. But of course, we know we're going to see some Jedi Fallen Order content brought to life, which is so exciting. Speaking of the Inquisitorius, the Inquisitors will be taking the screen. We're going to have the Grand Inquisitor live action. Looks a bit funny. Hopefully, they sort that out by the time the episodes start to release. We've got Reva, obviously, the third sister, which is Reva. That's what they're referred to. And then the fifth brother, another unidentified female Inquisitor. And speaking of Fallen Order, updated Purge troopers will feature, which is awesome. Bringing more of that expanded universe stuff to life, which we love. So, Mike, excited. You must be excited by this. You're a huge Fallen Order fan, such as myself. So, and obviously Grand Inquisitor, even though he looks, pretty damn weird, it's pretty cool to see a Star Wars Rebels character be brought into live action like this.
Yes, yes, absolutely. And we're also Rebels fans, so I'm very, even though I'm a little hesitant on the Grand Inquisitor's appearance and somewhat the fifth brother, I'm still excited to see what they bring to the table and how what their
Absolutely.
story is now and how it changes up to Rebels. So I'm excited to see those, and of course, Purge Troopers, give me that all day. Love the Fallen Order inclusion. I'm excited to see maybe there's more Inquisitors that they haven't shown us yet. That would be cool
Mhm.
because we know that right now also the Inquisitorius at this moment, along with Vader, they're also in their prime. So I'm excited to see what they're doing, who they're hunting down. Maybe the series starts off with the Grand Inquisitor killing a Jedi, or like it opens up killing a familiar Jedi. We don't know, but that would be
Yeah.
super awesome to get. So yeah, I'm looking forward to these funky designs, but I'm excited about the story. And Fifth Brother, I think we heard him in one of the trailers where he's like, that we were looking for Kenobi. He's
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
I think that was him. But other than that, I think everything else looks top shape. Reva, there's a lot of speculation going on with her. Maybe turning back to the light side, we don't know, but I'm very interested in her character. Seems like she's gonna play a big role. We see the actress Moses Ingram going on the tour with Ewan and Hayden, so she's a big player of the series, and I can't wait to get more of her.
Absolutely. And yeah, I mean, that pretty much is every detail about the series that has officially been released. But yeah, now it's your turn. Tell us what you're most looking forward to in Obi-Wan. We'd love to hear about it in the comments. That's Mike. I'm Ari. See you later. May the force be with you.